Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joe Fisher, and I am the president of Fisher Realtors. And I would like to welcome you to my podcast, episode number 3, titled How I Arrived into the Real Estate Business. But before getting started, I would like to thank those of you who were able to be with me on episode 1 and 2. You will remember that in episode 1, I was living in the projects in a community called Cornell. And also I was attending Washington Elementary School. This was a school of diversity, a school that had all white, black, all people in it, a school regarding race. Also in episode number 2, you will remember that we moved from the projects in Cornell to projects on 17th and Wright Avenue. And I had transferred from Washington Elementary School to Nystrom Elementary School, another school of diversity. You will remember also that I had a very good teacher at Nystrom. Her name was Mrs. Shaw. And now, well, you will remember also that at the end of episode number 2, I was encouraging you to be with me on this episode, episode number 3. Why? Because I had mentioned that my life would change a bit. Some parts of it would change with the change of joy and happiness. And then it would be another part that would be a change of sadness. So let me describe the joy, the happiness first. Well, first of all, we have moved out of the projects. What a joy. We purchased a home at 335 Bissell Avenue. It was a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, detached garage of over 1,100 square feet. We were happy count, especially my father was really thrilled. Why? Because in Cornell and on Wright Street, my father, he did all of the grocery shopping for the family, and he never owned a car. So you could see moving 1 block from McDonald Avenue, it was a thrill for my father. He was able to walk 1 block to the 4th Street Market there on McDonald Avenue. And right behind, between Nevin and McDonald, was another market called the Shepherd Brothers Market. McDonald Avenue was thriving on both sides of the streets at that time. From 1st and McDonald all the way up to San Pablo Avenue. As a matter of fact, on 3rd and McDonald, we had a high-class Chinese restaurant, the New China Tea Garden. One of my good friends worked there, Norman Yates. He was washing dishes there on McDonald Avenue. We had a Savings drugstore right on McDonald Avenue. We had the Rio Theater, the Fox Theater, the UA Theater, all on McDonald Avenue. Cat Paul's Shoe Repair, the Bay's Hit Bar, Richmond Hardware Store, Macy's, Penny's, Capwell's, Rogers Men's Store, Betsabarrow Men's Store, Jameson Walsh Men's Store, Jenny Matilda's Ladies Store. All of these stores, all the way up McDonald Avenue. Banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Century Valley, Mechanics Bank, all right there in the area. We were happy campers, very happy. So you could see the joy of happiness, being able to move from the projects and into a home that we were able to purchase in just a short time. We're all happy, but here comes the sadness. You will recall that all of the friends' names that I had mentioned from being in Canal and on Wright Street. And now I had to transfer from Nystrom Elementary School to Lincoln Elementary School. I would be in my 6th grade. I was the only African American, Black at that time, in the class. This was a shock to me. This is something that I had to, it was difficult for me to change and get used to not being around all of the friends that I was around. And this is the first time that I could remember in my entire life being called a nigger. That was troubling to me. But I had said, and being, I never was a coward. As a matter of fact, enjoyed fighting. But I had sense enough to know that I couldn't win a fight. I couldn't win a fight being there at Lincoln Elementary School. It was other people, and I didn't have a Mrs. Shaw, didn't have that teacher. This teacher here at Lincoln was absolutely nothing like the teacher I had at Nystrom School. So I had to get used to a lot of things. It was difficult, very, very difficult. My sister Brenda attended there. Etta Lee Pryor, Sissy, attended there. Luther Reddick and Isaiah Nash, the Travis Williams family across the street. But I was the only Black person in my class. And when they would talk about slavery, all of the eyes in the classroom would come and look at me. And the teacher never said a word. It was a tough time. But I want to end this episode 3 on a note of a little sadness, because life changed. And what this helps us to understand that we have to go through some types of adversity, something like we're going through now with this coronavirus. But we have to learn how to navigate through adversity. Is how we deal with adversity is how we'll be able to be a better people in our lives. So let me conclude episode number 3. And I greatly look forward. Please be with me on episode number 4, because things will change again. So thank you, love you, and I appreciate you. And may God bless you. Looking forward to seeing you on episode number 4.